Hello, this is Maximum347 for a special slideshow, as it were, to, with the Kingdom Hearts series lately, I feel that I want to discuss this. Where is the Kingdom Hearts series heading? This is a good question. Recently, people are starting to get confused, especially from the 3DS game. I mean, it's starting to get a bit crazy now. People really want Kingdom Hearts 3. I've actually seen a secret into that, so don't spoil it for me. But because I found I picked the wrong choices near the end. But anyway, the point is that I've heard it doesn't actually say much to do with Kingdom Hearts 3. But I'm here today to discuss how the series started, a little bit of history. I'm not a total geek, but just as much as I can. And forgive me for these crude slideshows. I'm not exactly editing genius, but you'd have to bear with me on this. But anyway, let's begin, shall we, with the first Kingdom Hearts game, Kingdom Hearts. Yep, it was kind of like a crazy idea. Final Fantasy characters, the characters merging together. Sounds like someone's idea who was really high and had too many mushrooms. But no, it worked. It did really well. It sold a lot of copies and people just plain loved it. I know I did. I played this thing like crazy. Did all sorts of crazy stuff with this game. Played it in normal mode, played it in expert mode, beat several off in normal mode, beat several off in expert mode. So yeah. So it went really well, but basically the story of a boy named Sarah who is suddenly flung into a place known as Traverse Town, and he goes on a journey to find his friends, and also help all the other worlds out from defeating the evil Heartless. But if you'd actually been living under a rock, you probably would have known this story by now. But the major problem I had, which I've come to mind, the thought, was that people who want to start into the Kingdom Hearts series, gameplay wise, it's pretty good. The gameplay, it's always solid, awesome. They always can get better and better, improve it, try and make it unique. But story wise, oh, I feel so sorry for you people who want to start in the Kingdom Hearts series, because after this game, things go a bit crazy. I mean, you think it starts going forward in the right direction, then it goes backwards, it's in between, it's all just all over the place. If you got the Kingdom Hearts game like from the start, and then played it all the way through like from the beginning, like you got the game like as soon as it came out, or like a few years later or something, and you like kept updating yourself with the series, then really you wouldn't be too confused. But if you never played the game before, with all these Kingdom Hearts games coming out now, with all the prequel and the stuff in between, it can get really, really confusing. So I'm going to discuss today, is Kingdom Hearts heading in the good direction or a bad direction, or what the heck is going on? But yeah, the first Kingdom Hearts game had a fusion of action-based gameplay, had a similar bar-like commands like they did in Final Fantasy. You leveled up usually stuff, except it isn't really turn-based, so you can just find it's live action combat. And you actually get a Donald and Goofy as well to help you fight. But overall, the game was pretty good. It had a few issues. You couldn't skip cutscenes. I mean, if you're stuck on a certain boss, you have to see through it the whole time. I'm not gonna mention any names. Weak/Ansem. Oh, that's over it. First time. Sorry, my true fighters was up again. But yeah, but yeah, and the camera angle wasn't exactly par, but this was the first Kingdom Hearts game, and they still got better. However, it wasn't all good news. You see, even though we got a very nice Kingdom Hearts game and barely any problems at all, the Japanese version, which is the original version, because you think that the Japanese version wouldn't have any problems, it actually did. I actually heard it had really bad problems and glitches and faults. and because this is a really good game and they're working on, and it felt a shame that Japan, the original place where it came from, didn't get a very good version. It's usually the way around, actually. So it's kind of funny when you think about it. But the developer still felt kind of bad, and that's where this game comes in. Final Mix. This is more like an apology to say, listen, we really screwed up, alright, we're sorry. Now here's a new game with a whole new boss and the extra keyblades, so, you know, go nuts. Oh, and there's also a proud mode too. You'd have to be crazy to do that. That's probably what they were thinking, but yeah. But what they did though, to I think probably to save money, I think, was to basically the dialogue was still in Japanese, like the writing, but the voice acting was still in English. And because of this, a lot of people imported it from America and Europe and started playing it, and they really enjoyed it. And then they realized, wow, we did this an apology to Japan. I didn't think we'd do this well with any other countries. I mean, we weren't expecting this at all. At least I think that's how it goes. Remember, folks, I'm not an expert. I'm not some know-it-all geek with all the facts and stuff. It's just stuff that I've heard. Alright, so please don't play with it. It goes, whoa, 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 that's not right at all, because I messed up perfect and blah, blah, blah. No. This is just based on my opinions, what I've heard. So please don't be angry at me based on that. But basically, the Final Mix version is basically the same game, so don't feel bad if you haven't played it, because it's only like one extra boss, a few extra harvests, which are only the fight if you want to make the ultimate weapon, because I made it hard to get in the Final Mix version. And a few extra keyblades and equipment. And also a few weapons for Donald and Goofy. I think there was like a few extra cutscenes, but they weren't really talking in them, and Donald was in Japanese anyway. So yeah, but this went really well, and they kind of liked it. Plus, you can also skip cutscenes in this one, and that might have been really helpful. But we really like this one, surprisingly. But this then, when you think, oh, what's next there? Kingdom Hearts 2? No. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. No. This is where I start getting a bit confused here. This Kingdom Hearts game is after the original Kingdom Hearts, but before Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah. With the other folks, you haven't blanked out. But basically, Star Wars is... If you watch the ending original Kingdom Hearts, you see Sora wandering around the field, and a guy in a black cloak invites him to a strange castle known as Castle Oblivion. And basically the whole system is with cards. It's a card-based system. Yeah. And I was thinking, wait, it's a card-based system. Is it kind of Yu-Gi-Oh rip-off? Because man, I used to like Yu-Gi-Oh. Don't you be ripping off Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, so you know, you better not mess with fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, man, because I swear. But then I feel like, oh wait, this is not exactly like Yu-Gi-Oh, it's completely different. No, never mind. I take it back. And yeah, but basically it's a card-based system, but based on numbers, where you have to use slates to add up more numbers. Yours is bigger, except for 0 cards, where they break anything you use at the right moment, and the slates are special moves, which also make bigger numbers. It sounds confusing, but it's quite simple once you get into the game. But the bosses, I tell you, do get harder and harder. Especially the Riku 4, when you're fighting for the 4th and final town. That guy is a bitch. Oh my god. And I was a bitch. No matter how many times I played through this game, I always got stuck with Riku a few times. I never beat him the first time. Never. Never. Seriously, there's like no way. So he's like, Jesus Christ, he's so fucking fast. I mean, Malusha had my problems with as well, but no. The way to the plot for this one is when Sora gets tricked into the castle, a Namine, a girl named Namine is basically slowly corrupting his memories to make him think that Namine was the one in the islands, and slowly replace him with Kairi instead. Really, it was Kairi who was most important to him. As soon as he gets a chance, Axel lets Nominate escape, tells Sol the whole clue. He gets sort of pissed. Not Nominate, because he's a nice guy. Pissed the organization, beats them all up, and then decides, and then the only way to get his Regis memories back is to delete all the memories of what happened in Castle Oblivion. This kind of pissed me off a bit, because it felt like this game, what was the point? I mean, sure, we got a big transition and organization, but if Sol doesn't remember any of it, and as far as I know, I don't remember him ever mentioning Castle Oblivion ever again. Actually, I don't remember Riku mentioning Castle Oblivion again. And if I recall, his memories weren't erased. So Riku, did you tell Sora off screen? Seriously, tell the guy. I think he deserves to know. I mean, he'd want to know. Unless, I don't know, he said, well, remember it in his heart, so it might just pop up someday. Could you imagine that? Just him walking down the street and goes, oh my god, I was in some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rip-off game if I beat up organization members with my awesome slates. And then my memory got erased from it. What was the point in that? Oh well. But yeah, the thinking kind of annoying there. I mean, it did transition to the organization, and you did get beat up a few organization members. Maybe that was the purpose of the game, to cut down organization 13, because there were so many of them. Although I think it would have been good to have the organization, all of them in original Kingdom Hearts. I mean, in Kingdom Hearts 2, which we will read this. No, we won't. I forgot about this one. I'm an idiot. Chain of Memories. Exactly the same as Chain of Memories, except for extra 2 bosses and extra slates and a few extra bonuses and really previous new mini games. That's it. No, I'm serious. There's barely any difference. Sora and Riku both get a new boss to fight in each of their stories. They get new slates and some new skills to help in battle. But that's it. It's just basically the story is mostly the same. There's just this time there's like cutscenes. That's only inside Castle Oblivion. In normal worlds it isn't like that at all. So yeah. Didn't see really the point there. And you're probably wondering, Chain of Memories, where did this come from? Well, originally it came from the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which I was discussing a little bit earlier later on, but not now. It was basically a bonus package, but for some reason they decided to put the whole game in English. Bad news for me, then it came out in America. You live in Europe, never experienced this game. So yeah, sucks to be me. But there isn't really much to discuss in this one, because I basically explained mostly from Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories is literally just a remake. In fact, why is it even called Chain of Memories? They should have called it Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories Final Mix. Seriously, that's what they should have called it. Just put Final Mix there instead. It would have made a lot more sense, in my opinion. You know what, forget it. Let's get to the next one. Kingdom Hearts 2. We waited a really long time for you. I think it was about 6 years. Yeah, you're starting to get frustrated there, buddy. But the wait was worth it. A great improvement in gameplay. A vast improvement. A lot more, especially fusing Sora to his 2 keyblades. That was fucking awesome. Knowing a bit more about Roxas, about what happened to him a bit. Although we learn even more about Roxas later on in another game which I'll be discussing. And also the fact that they're still looking for Riku and Sora. I mean, Riku and Sora looking for Sora. No, I mean looking for Riku and Kairi, but this time things are a little bit differently. Yeah. But overall it was a pretty good game. A lot more stuff to do, a lot more side quests. Only thing I didn't like about it was that the Colosseum battles, you didn't get any XP from them. I didn't like that. Not like that in the original Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know why they took that out. It was always a fun place to level up. It felt like more of a chore in the second one, because they only got like 1 prize from it. And sometimes it wasn't even that good. It was like a material or something or whatever. And of course we got to fight Sephiroth again, who I swear I think is slightly easier than the original version. I thought the first Kingdom Hearts game, Sephiroth, was harder. Sure, in Kingdom Hearts 2 it's a shitload more of HP, but I didn't feel like it was that hard. Maybe because that Sara got super beefed up with all her abilities, and also the far more better camera angle. Now I use the analog stick, not L1 and R1. That was really annoying. But yeah, it's like I said, this game I thought went really well. I kind of liked it. And of course, like Kingdom Hearts 1 had a secret ending as well. But of course, where there's a Kingdom Hearts game, sometimes it has to be a final mix version. And they did this with Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, which you should know because I did a playthrough of it. Seriously, I did a whole playthrough of this game. I did everything. I even beat the Egg Knight. Watch it. Watch it now. Okay, enough being a dick. Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 final mix. Basically, like this original Kingdom Hearts, it had bonuses, except a lot more this time. Not just one extra boss and a few extra keyblades. This had a lot more content. It had one boss you actually had to fight. You get to fight all the organization members which you only fought in Castle Oblivion, except there's no cards involved, and you got to fight all 13 organization members again, but except the more harder versions. And that's a lot more extra bosses there. A lot more. Plus they also invented critical mode, which is fucking hard. Which I've never personally experienced. I mean, sure, they give you extra abilities, but yeah, dude, like, seriously, one defense boost could be the difference between life and death near the beginning when I was playing as Roxas. So yeah, and I also like the new area added in. I mean, like a whole new area, the Cave of Remembrance. That was cool. That was really cool. I'm glad they did that as well. It was a really fun place to explore. My god, near the end, it was hard. It was hard just to get past that door. There's nobodies. Ooh, yeah. But also, there's also an extension on the secret ending. To be honest, it's not really a secret ending. It's more like an extension to another Kingdom Hearts game. It actually says Birth by Sleep, the secret ending. That's what it is, which is another Kingdom Hearts game. But yeah, that's what this one basically is. It's still pretty good though. It's really good. If you never play Kingdom Hearts 2, then I advise you might instead do the final mixed version instead. Definitely. I did, and I had a hell of a blast of it. But that isn't over yet. There's still more. Here we go. Yeah. Now we're not moving forward. We're moving backwards. Yes. This is where it gets even more confusing. See, this Kingdom Hearts game is between Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2. No, I'm serious. It is between that. First part of the game is between Kingdom Hearts and Chain of Memories. Then the other part of the game later on is between Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2. That's when it starts going a bit all crazy and confusing here. And this is what's so worrying me about people who wanted to get into the series. Now I really get confused here. Like, what the hell is going on? But basically, this is about Roxas, who is Sara's nobody. During Kingdom Hearts 2, a lot of people... Sara was a pretty good character in the world. A lot of people like Roxas too. A lot of people liked him. And people were curious about having an organization. And that's where Roxas comes in. This entire game of Roxas. It's about what he did in the organization before he betrayed them. Spoiler alert, he betrayed them. And who's that little minx there, sitting on that tree? Oh, that's Sheehan. You don't know about Sheehan? Well, it doesn't matter, because no matter how much you like Sheehan, soon she disappears forever, and the memories of her are completely erased. That's why no one acknowledges her in Kingdom Hearts 2, and why it's still only called Organization 13, not 14. And that really pissed me off, because I like Sheehan. And no other Kingdom Hearts game even acknowledged her until Kingdom Hearts for the 3DS, and that wasn't exactly a very big appearance. So, yeah, why do that? To have another female in the team? If so, why not permanently? Why do that? That really pissed me off, game. I mean, no one even forgets her even more. We're not going to forget about her. We liked her. We felt sorry for her about her choice. But yeah, later on, you know what Shion is actually created by Vexen, who's like the scientist of the group, is actually created from the memories of Sarah, of Kairi, given physical form, which is Shion. Yeah, a little confusing, but yeah, that's the best I can describe it. And she soon realizes she has to make a choice. Sarah will never get well again, recovering his memories from China memories, if she still exists. So in an attempt, she tries to mold herself into Roxas to try and get him back to normal, but instead Roxas beats her, and she fades straight back into Sarah. And even though, technically, he should already forget about her, he doesn't straight away. He just about manages to remember who she is, but unfortunately that won't last long, because basically and no one even remembers her after that, and that's really sad. But the game was basically mission based this time, and it basically like a block system. So if you want to level up, per se, you do level up by missions, but you have to add the level up blocks in. But you should already know about this, because I did a playthrough on this game too, and with live commentary and with actual live commentary. So yes. So you know, if you want to know a bit more about it, then check out the playthrough if I did that game, because I did do that game. No, seriously though. Check out my stuff, I'm cool. But yeah. I'm saying yeah. I'm not exactly the best speaker, folks, but it was pretty interesting. I kind of liked it. It filled in maybe a few holes, discussed about what the organisation was doing, know more about those other members and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, I liked it. But moving on, this game gives me mixed feelings here. Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Well, it is after Kingdom Hearts 2. Yes, it's actually moving forward now. I know it's such a big shock for you folks. They won't last long. There's another game that came out before this, and that went back. We'll go into that a bit later. But Kingdom Hearts Recoded is felt completely pointless. I'm sorry. I like the gameplay. I like the very gameplay, but story-wise, the story by like an inch. Seriously, if it went for the secret ending, this game would be completely pointless. It was just so stupid. I mean, I felt like this entire game should in fact be in Kingdom Hearts 3, but not as an actual game, as like a side quest or something. It would have made more sense to me. Not as the actual game of Recoded. It just felt crazy. I mean, they just make up bullshit as they go along. Like, someone leaves a message in Jiminy's journal. That message wasn't even in the goddamn journal. You just made that up. I know you made that up, god damn it, so fuck you. But basically, they decided to code the whole journal for this mysterious message and make a virtual Sarah. Yeah, I know, but crazy. And Sarah goes through the worlds again, trying to figure out the message while getting rid of these weird viruses. And you don't go through every single world in the game. Nope, only some of them. And then how the Bastion. Yeah. But basically, at the beginning they realised that the first bug that Sarah defeated was actually the main cause of all the viruses soon afterwards. And they defeated that thing. Like, seriously, it's a little confusing about the villain and all. It felt like this popped out of nowhere for that. But what I did like about the game was the very gameplay. It wasn't a single hack and slash. Each world was unique. Sometimes it's like a shoot 'em up, sort of like you flying through the air and shooting things at your keyblade. Then we did an RPG based, like turn-based RPG like Final Fantasy and like Hercules World. So yeah, and that was fun. I felt like it was a good idea. And also they had these special codes you had to crack, like bits of code that was broken. And during the post game you can unlock more of these, which are really challenging. And they were kind of fun to do. But gameplay wise, I liked it, and I loved the level up system in that game. I absolutely adored it. Those blocks, they just combined 358/2 days and birth by sleep system to make something awesome. I really like that, just adding blocks and manipulating the game. And that's the other thing. I don't know, this might be the only Kingdom Hearts game where you could change the difficulty anytime. So like if you went to proud mode, if you went to critical mode, I mean, oh my god, what was I thinking? This mode is killing me. And usually you couldn't switch, but in this game you can switch anytime. So yeah, I played the game all the way through the proud mode and didn't switch, but if I wanted to, I could have switched back to critical mode for even more of a bigger challenge. So which is pretty awesome, because it's like, since it's like a computer, you can like hack into it and do special things. You can also revert your levels as well, so you can stay to like level 1 and all that. And also other features to help you get items easier, the sacrifice of HP. And yeah, it was just awesome. I really like that. It was pretty cool. The only downside is that the special abilities you get, you only get them through accessories. You have to equip them. Like I always wanted second chance, but I had to equip the accessory to get it. I couldn't just get it from a skill, so that kind of annoyed me. Story wise, stupid. Gameplay wise, awesome. But anyway, let's move on to the next Kingdom Hearts game, shall we? And here's one I was talking about, Birth by Sleep. This one is going back again, yes. This is a prequel from the original Kingdom Hearts game, where we find out how it all started. And why does Vexen look like Roxas? That will be explained in the story. But basically, it's about 3 Keyblade wielders. Well, maybe technically 4, because Mickey isn't it, but it's mostly about these 3. Not a lot about King Mickey. Basically, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus all join their lives together when suddenly, when they do the mastery, the Keyblade mastery, to try and become a true Keyblade master, only Aqua passes the test. Apparently, Terra has a darkness inside him she's going to control, which then decides to go to other worlds from which strange unversed creatures appear who are trying to hurt the 7 Princesses of Heart. If you play Kingdom Hearts, you should know who the 7 Princesses of Heart are, so I'm not going to explain that. Anyway, Ventus thinks that something weird's going on. He starts to follow Terra into the world, then Aqua comes and follows him because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing there. So after crazy events of going through worlds, you soon start to realise that Xehanort, which is Xehanort, who before his Heartless and Nobly was separated, he was whole as a Keyblade Master, basically an old geezer with a Keyblade, was manipulating Terra from the shadows so that he could have a new body, and also wanted to make the ultimate Keyblade by fusing Ventus and Vanitas together. And I will not spoil it for you. When you see what Vanitas looks like, I was like, wow, really? Crazy. I won't tell you what he looks like, but he mostly wears a mask, and it was just a real big shocker for me. Like, crazy. But the system this time is basically a command system where you have to make your abilities while getting items off enemies. So you can level up normally and get increased strength and magic, and I think maybe even HP maybe. But you had to, if you wanted abilities or even skills like second chance, you had to make them. You didn't learn them at all. So yeah, that was a really so yeah, I wish I knew that the first time I played for this game, so that, you know, I could get second chance straight away and not get totally owned later on. Also, another note, the secret bosses in this game are horrific and pure evil. Well, maybe not. Vanitas' lingering spirit. Seriously, people have found ways to beat that guy real quickly. This is not even funny, it's easy. But the mysterious figure, fuck that guy. There's no way I can beat that vile thing. It's ridiculous. He's completely random. I dare say he's even harder than fighting Terra when he was Terra's armor. His lingering will, as it were. It's much harder than Mysterious Figure. Much harder. I couldn't even touch the guy. He was such a spamming bastard near the end. Jesus. But yeah, you get to play as all 3 characters, not King Mickey. I'm just going to keep mentioning that. Even though I don't even know why he's on that screen. He's barely in the story, but yeah, you get to play as Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. Each of them have their own stories. So basically, you have to play the game 3 times. And here, FYI, save it in separate save files if you want to get the true ending. Yeah, don't do them all in the same. Don't do that. Especially if, let's say, because you need to get all the reports, and there's one in Terra's story which you have to get from the large arena. If you save it all in the same save file, then how are you supposed to get Terra's report then? You can't, because you saved all in the same save file. You need to save all 3 stories separately so you don't get confused. Don't worry, all of them still fuse together when you unlock the final story. But now you're probably wondering, so I guess the next Kingdom Hearts game, nope, they made a final mixed version of this one too. And this one I kinda liked, especially with the new secret episode. Yeah, if you play the original one and got the true ending, you see Aqua being thrown straight into that black ooze and into the world of darkness. And that's when she first introduced to the Heartless. You could say she was the very first Keyblade Master to fight Heartless. And even a whole new boss. And I thought it was a great idea. We finally can see what it's like to be inside behind that dark door. So which is a pretty good idea. I like that. So I like that they did that for Aqua. And plus she gets a new Keyblade. Well, not a new one. Just she gets a Master's one who got killed by Terra. Play the last game even, that's what I mean. But in the other games, they have few new commands and stuff, and extra new bosses, optional bosses you can fight, and also like another new stuff like new mini games that I add on to try and make it more interesting. But like I said, you don't need to play the final mixed games to understand the story. They're just there to for extra content, for more fun. And it's like with the other Kingdom Hearts games, there's Japanese dialogue at the bottom, but they still talk in English. Actually, I think they translated this. Someone actually translated this game, but I haven't actually tried that yet because I fucking hate my PSP. But that is for another day. Next, and this is the latest one, Kingdom Hearts 3D, which is actually going forward. Now, I did a playthrough of this game, but as you all know, I couldn't do the last 2 parts of the playthrough because Square Enix and YouTube and their infinite wisdom cut me off. Someday I will finish that playthrough, but for now we're going to explain most of the story. If you watch my playthrough though, you should already understand it, but for those who just want a brief explanation, basically Sora and Riku are going to be tested by Yensid. Wait, not Yensid. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is Yensid. Oh my god, what am I talking about? Look, yeah, I'm right. God, I'm all over the place. Yeah, but basically, they're getting tested by Yensid to become true Keyblade Masters. And the only way they could do it is by going to sleep. You see, somehow apparently, not all the worlds were properly restored when Sora defeated Ansem the first time. Xehanort's Heartless anyway. And it's their job, both Sora and Riku's job, to restore the worlds properly again and stop them from waking them up and stop them going to sleep. And you fight whole new enemies this time. There are no Heartless in this one. This time you fight Dream Eaters, who are bad guys. However, you also get to have them as your allies as well, not just as your enemies. There are good and bad versions of each of these guys, and you can customize them. You can add new abilities if you play mini games. You can help level them up, new skills, which is pretty awesome. But once again, just like in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, if you want certain abilities like Second Chance, you have to make them. You can't just learn them straight off the bat. And that once again really annoyed me. It was so much easier just to learn the skill by leveling up normally, not making it as complicated and making it the old-fashioned way. That still really kind of annoys me, but maybe they might do it later on. But when I told about the endings of this game, this is where it started to really confuse me here. This is where I felt I started losing the plot. Organization 13 are supposed to be nobody's right. They're supposed to not have any hearts. They explained to me, and spoiler alert here, because like I said, I didn't complete the 3DS playthrough. because it wouldn't let me, but I'm just saying spoil it right now for those who want to spoil, just skip this part, I guess. But Xemnas went back in time and splitted his body up with other organization members. But wait a minute, if he split his heart up to make Organization 13 to make extra Xehanauts, then how are they nobodies? That's confusing. I thought that a nobody was a person whose heart was lost for someone with a strong heart. But this multiple heart thing is now just confusing. Does that mean they're not nobodies? That can explain why some of them actually do have feelings, unless they're all faking it. But that was just confusing. I didn't mind the whole time travel bullshit. That was fine with me. But then he said he split his heart into 13. But it's like, what the hell is this? What? I thought you already got with Organization 13. This is confusing me now. And like I said, I haven't seen the secret ending, but I've heard it still isn't really confirmed as much as you think it would be. But my god, this is why I'm confused. This is why I feel sorry for those who want to start out in Kingdom Hearts games. They would be really confused. Do you have to play these games like in a certain order? Yeah. And that's why I'm afraid of that people might not be able to get new fans into the Kingdom Hearts series because it's a very confusing story, and I just don't really understand where did they go from here? Where did they go? They've done everything. Time travel? Nope, they did that in Timeless River. Kingdom Hearts 2. Going into people's dreams? Well, their game's called Dream Drop Distance. They've already done that. I mean, is Kingdom Hearts 3 just going to be like the other two Kingdom Hearts games and they go to different worlds, which I wouldn't mind, which would be great, but what are they going to add to it to make it new? That's why I'm worried. That's the disadvantage of making all these other side games from the main trilogy. You have all these new and great ideas, but the problem is you can't think of anything new and awesome for the finale, because they use them all up for the other Kingdom Hearts games. Unless you put them all together in Kingdom Hearts 3, but that just sounds like a giant mess. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm worried about, though. I understand why they made some of the Final Mix version games, because they only did like the Final Mix for the first one because, well, they didn't do very well. But when you think about it, there were worse video games which never got fixes or remakes at all. And think about it. Sonic the Hedgehog, that's a good example. Sonic the Hedgehog. It was an awesome game. Really awesome. Sounds crazy with a blue hedgehog. And it looked like good times with him until it went to Sonic 06, which is, to this day, still people despise and loathe. And Sonic has recovered from this, but you think they would apologize or say sorry or something, or in a way an apology. What's gonna happen? It's not like Sonic can get a Keyblade and start going back through time and I was joking! Oh my god, are you serious? Jesus. You're gonna go back in time? No, Sonic, no. But No, just... Sonic 06 was a terrible game, Sonic, but you need to move on. You have better games. Sonic Unleashed was... well, okay, people didn't like the werewolf, but the day stages were awesome. Sonic Colors, that was in the right direction. That was awesome too. And Sonic Generations, well, that was just awesome. Felt like reliving our childhood like that. That was brilliant. But seriously, you need to let go, Sonic. Put the Keyblade down. Yes, Sonic, put the Keyblade down. Does he put it down? This could take a while, folks. I'm gonna do this off screen. Hopefully next time I can get Sonic out of this funk. Don't know why you're in this, Sonic. Say something, damn you! Say something! You know what? Fine. You're gonna be like that? You're gonna be a dick? Fine, fine. I'm not gonna talk to you at all. I'm gonna talk to the people who actually listen to this. So anyway, this is Mastery347. I'm gonna be making shut up, Sonic! This is Mastery347 with my first ever, I would say rant, but more like theory or opinion, quite frankly. I guess it could be partially a rant. But I think for the rules, shut up, Sonic! Look at you! This is ridiculous! What am I mean, if someone actually comments on this, they're gonna say, this is ridiculous. But, you know what? Yeah, I'm, that's it. Mastery347 and I'm out. And also another thing about the Fire Emblem playthrough. I'm stuck on chapter 13. That's why I haven't been recording in a while. Not because I've forgotten or had a break. I've actually been stuck in that chapter for a while. It's fucking hard. That's all I'm going to say about that without spoiling anything. So, until next time, this is Mastery347 with a opinion-based update Kingdom Hearts thing. So, I'm killing myself out here. So, just goodbye. I forgot about you. Where the hell do you come from? Yeah. Listen, I like the Kingdom Hearts games. I do, and I think it's great that we finally got a Kingdom Hearts game is going for the next gen console. But for God's sakes, a new Kingdom Hearts game. But at the same time, it's a good thing. I mean, maybe we can finally see what Sora looks like on the big screen. I mean, last time Sora has ever been on a next gen console. I mean, he hasn't been. This is the technically his first next gen console title, even though it's a HD remake. But still, it's gonna be pretty cool. So basically, it's like 3 Kingdom Hearts games based in one. The first Kingdom Hearts Final Mix in HD, WeChat Memories, and then 358/2 days, which confuses me. You think it'd be Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in HD, but no, this one instead, and that was a bit weird. Unless they're making another HD collection, which would not surprise me because there were a lot of Kingdom Hearts games out there, so they still have a lot of ground to cover. But I had heard that this might actually be coming out in the USA and Europe. I'm crossing my fingers for that because I would be getting this, because even though Kingdom Hearts Final Mix doesn't have much to offer compared to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, I still want to play and check it out anyway, and still check out the new content. And maybe they might have extra bonuses, maybe they might add something else in this version, maybe they may actually tell us more about Kingdom Hearts 3. Cross our fingers, folks. I know I am. But yeah, this is really the end this time. No fake outs. This is it. Yeah, definitely. I can't think of any other slides I added onto this. But yeah, I'm sorry for this like amateur presentation. But I'm not exactly an editing guru. I'm not nostalgia critic. Perish the thought. I'm not that awesome. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this, my little theory slash rant slash information in the Kingdom Hearts series and franchise. And I really do hope that Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 remix does come out outside Japan, in the USA and Europe, because I think we kind of deserve it, especially a lot of people are curious about Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. But for real this time, this is Mastery347 with my first opinion slash rant slash Kingdom Hearts information. With gamers out there, stay classy.